Hey guys, this is Sean from sean.com, and today we are going to have a look on the benchmarking performance of Xiaomi Redmi Note phablet. Xiaomi Redmi Note comes with 1.7 GHz octa-core processor, 2 GB of RAM and Mali 450 GPU. So uh, we are expecting that the benchmarking scores will be pretty good, but still let's perform the test and let's have a look on the scores. So today we are having 5 benchmarking apps as you can see here: Antutu benchmarking, 3D Mark, Benchmark OS, Geekbench 3 and Quadrant Standard. So we will do the test one by one for each of these and we will check their scores. So Antutu benchmark and Benchmark OS are actually pretty time taking tests, so we have performed them already to save your time, and we will just have a look on the scores which we got already. So let's start with the Antutu benchmark, which is one of the most popular benchmarking application right now available in the market for all type of devices. So here we go with Antutu benchmark, and as you can see here, the score of our Xiaomi Redmi Note is 33,038 in Antutu benchmarking test, so which is pretty good, we can say, and we can get the idea from this chart that how good is the device. You can see here Mizu, Samsung Galaxy Note. Where is our device? Here is our Xiaomi Redmi Note. As you can see, it is higher than HTC One, Xiaomi Mi2, Asus Zenfone 5, but a bit lower than LG G3 and Nexus 5, as you can see in this chart here. Let me focus. Okay, it's not getting much clearer than this. And here you can see all the information of the device. You can see the Android version is 4.2.2. The processor used is MediaTek MT6592. The Mali 450 GPU. The screen resolution is 720p HD, and the amount of RAM is 2 GB. The internal storage is 8 GB, as you can see here, and the screen is a 5.5 inch. So overall the performance should be good considering the Antutu benchmark. 33,000 is pretty good score, as we can see here. And let's go to benchmark, which we have already performed, and we can directly check the results. And here are the scores. As you can see, overall our Xiaomi Redmi Note scored 451, and when it comes to system it was 1271, for memory 278, for graphics 381, and for web browsing 308. So once again, considering this result, the performance should be a good one. It's pretty good, as you can see here. And let's go to another benchmarking test. Let's start with the 3D Mark, which is a gamers benchmarking test. As you can see, it's for gaming. It tests the gaming capability of the device, the graphics, 3D, 2D rendering and everything. So here are 3 versions of the 3D Mark, which are called IsoStorm Unlimited, as IsoStorm Extreme and IsoStorm. So we will run the IsoStorm test because this one is for the 720p HD screen, and our Xiaomi Redmi Note got a 5.5 inch 720p HD screen. So let's run this test and wait and watch. It's going to take a while as well. So as you can see, it's just testing the graphics right now, and there will be lots of tests hopefully, and after that we will get the result and the comparison of the score with the rest of the devices. You can see our Xiaomi Redmi Note is getting up to 36 FPS in this test. The frame rate is more than 400, 450 around. You can see that Xiaomi Redmi Note supports very nice quality graphics, as we can see in this test right now. And the FPS I saw was up to 60 at a few frames. So it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. It's really nice. So the one test is over, and here comes the another 3D mark test. Let's see how it's going to be. Since in this test there is no sound, it's just going to check the graphics only. And we are getting still around 22-24 FPS in this test as well. Here comes the another one. In this test, the FPS are a bit low, not more than 15 or 16. And here comes one more test. This is the physics test actually, and the FPS we are getting is around 32 frames per second. And the test is over. Let's have a look on the result. So the overall score is 5912. So let's have a look the result detail and the comparison to get the better idea. So if you see here, Xiaomi Redmi Note, our Xiaomi Redmi Note got 509,000, and the keyboard X6, it's pretty much similar, very much similar to our Xiaomi Redmi Note, and the sharp aqueous phone is also pretty much similar. All these devices scored very similar point. It's 5,900 something 45. Our devices scored 5,112. So it's pretty good, as you could see that the graphics was very clear while doing this test. And here you can see the result from each of these tests. The graphic test, in the first test it received 21 fps, in the second one it was 25.5 fps, and in the physics test uh, Xiaomi Redmi Note scored 31.8 fps, which is really pretty good. So if you are going to play the games on your Xiaomi Redmi Note, you will be happy for sure. And you can have the um, gaming performance of have a look on the gaming performance of this device. The link is given in the about section of this video. And let's have a look on another test, which is going to be Geekbench tree. Okay, run benchmark, and here we go. So here is the result. For the single core score, our Xiaomi Redmi Note scored 439, and for multi-core, the score was 2325. So here are all the details of the device and the test results, as you can see here. So let's go to the single core and check the comparison with the rest of the devices. So our Xiaomi Redmi Note scored 439, which is really very low if we compare with the rest of the devices. As you can see here, it is nearly next to the Samsung Galaxy S3, which is really an old device now, and so it's not pretty good when it comes to the single core performance, because the Samsung Galaxy S5, which is also an older device now, it scored nearly twice of our Xiaomi Redmi Note. But let's go to the multi-core and let's see the performance, how much it scored it there. And now, as we can see here, when it comes to multi-core performance, Xiaomi Redmi Note scored really very well. Our Xiaomi Redmi Note scored 2325, and if we look at this chart, you can see the performance was better than Samsung Galaxy S4 and pretty much closer to the Nexus 5, as you can see here. So the overall performance is going to be a good one, because this device is a multi-core device and octa-core processor Xiaomi Redmi Note is having, so the overall performance will be really very nice. And let's have a look on the last test, which is going to be the quadrant standard. Okay, let's wait about. As you can see, this test will have different section for the CPU, for the memory, read write, input output, 2D graphics and 3D graphics, and after that we will get the overall score for this test. Here is the graphics test going right now, and the FPS we are getting is around 60, which is really very impressive. You can see here it's around 60. And here is the result for the quadrant standard, which is 2975, and it is much ahead of the devices like Nexus 1, Moto Droid, though these are the old devices. But if you look at these bars and charts, you can get the idea that it is more than twice of Nexus 1 in the performance, so we can expect that the performance should be a good one. So while considering all these scores and all these test results, the Xiaomi Redmi Note should be a good one in overall performance, and the detailed review of the device will be up very soon on the channel. So keep watching the channel for more reviews, more tips and tricks, and do not forget to subscribe. Have a nice day.